LEGO Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight is a cinematic LEGO action-adventure built around Gotham, gadgets, combat, and co-op chaos. There's no macOS version, so Mac players need workarounds like the ones I'll talk about next. I'll first give you the two methods I recommend the strongest, then give you some tips, and after that go over the other valid alternatives. But before you choose which one you want, you'll have to buy the game. To help you, we'll leave links in the description to where you can purchase it, and we'll also add links to discounts when such are available. Now let's get to the ways to play it. Here are the two methods that gave us best results. Crossover is hands down the best non-cloud method to play Windows games on Mac in 2026. It will give you the ability to play anywhere you want without internet limitations, and scales better with newer Macs. If you're looking to play the game locally, Crossover is hands down the best option you've got. In my tests, the tool gave me good results, though I first needed to apply a couple of fixes that I'll mention in a moment. On my M3 Max with 36GB at 1080p medium settings, I got between 60 and 90 FPS, depending on the scene, with heavier Gotham areas dipping closer to around 50. With these results in mind, the sensible baseline would probably be an M2 MacBook Pro with 16GB of memory, but that would require you to lower the settings quite a bit. So Crossover is decent for this game as long as you've got a powerful enough Mac. Also, with this method, you can use mods for single-player games, and there's a 14-day free trial. To use Crossover, click the link in the description, enter your email, and download the app. Then, after you install Crossover, you must click the Try Now option for the 14-day trial. If you need a longer tutorial, visit our video on that. Just note that the experience with Crossover can sometimes vary between updates, so don't be surprised if it suddenly starts to break the game. If this happens, check our site for the detailed instructions, or you'll have to research this on your own. Now here are the Crossover quirks worth knowing before you try to play this game through it. If the game throws a Visual C++ redistributable error, fully quit the Windows Steam bottle, open wine configuration for that bottle, and add these Visual C++ library overrides one by one. After that, Steam should relaunch the game without getting stuck on that message. If you get a driver warning on startup, don't treat it like a deal breaker. Choose no, continue past it, and the game should still load. And if you land on a blank screen after the splash launcher, give it a short moment instead of force quitting right away. In the working reports, the menu appears after that pause. For the actual graphics setup, keep the bottle on D3D metal, enable M-Sync, and use the low preset with upscaling first. The second method we recommend is called Boosteroid, and it's the cheapest cloud gaming service that's actually any good. This is the most plug-and-play solution that we found. The main draw of Boosteroid and cloud gaming in general is that your machine doesn't matter so long as you can supply it with around 40 megabits of stable internet. You can crank up everything to max even in 4K, and you should be more than fine. Boosteroid is the easiest fit for this game if you are on a weaker or even a mid-range Mac, because it takes Unreal Engine 5, Lumen Lighting, Gotham Traversal, and the heavier rendering off your Mac entirely. That matters because this is not one of those tiny old LEGO games that runs on anything. With a stable connection, expect a clean high settings experience, while your Mac basically acts as the screen and controller. The real caveat is internet quality. When Wi-Fi jitters, fast Batmobile movement and rainy streets can turn into compression blur or input delay. I streamed the game over a 50 megabit wireless connection, which worked fine for a 1080p stream. There was little to no image compression or delay, but for 4K streams, I recommend at least 60 megabits or more. So Boosteroid is best for players with decent internet who want the game running quickly, looking good, and with no local setup drama. All you have to do to start gaming is follow the link in the description, register for the service, and buy a subscription. Then just search for the game and click play. It's all pretty easy, but we have a how-to tutorial if you need it, and an overview of the service if you want something more in-depth to make up your mind. For LEGO Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight, set post-processing to medium, distance field ambient occlusion to low, and streaming distance to far. This is for Gotham driving and fast camera movement, where small stutters are more noticeable. Set reflections to medium, because wet surfaces are part of the look, but if you need extra performance, lower those too. For even more performance gains, consider applying the rest of the suggestions included here. The other methods are a variation of this theme. xCloud is Microsoft's cloud solution, and it's by far the worst of the cloud solutions mentioned here, but it comes with the benefit of being free if you subscribe to Game Pass. AirGPU is the rent a gaming PC by the hour option. You buy credit, spin up a Windows machine, then stream it through Parsec or Moonlight. You pay by the hour and prices vary depending on what machine you rent, but the average is around $1. Then you also need to pay for local storage, which is $3.50 per month per 50 gigabytes with a minimum of 100 gigs. Shadow PC is the subscription version of the same idea, where the lowest monthly subscription fee is $34 for US users, and it only goes up from there. EU users get a cheaper plan option that costs €20 per month, but that's still more than twice the monthly fee for Boosteroid's base plan. Sikarugir is the free DIY version of Crossover. It works great when it works, but it's more inconsistent, less intuitive, and has a lengthy setup. As for the setup, you first need to install Homebrew, then Sikarugir itself, then Steam, and then the actual game. The process takes a bit more time compared to the other methods here, and so is beyond the scope of this video. For detailed guidance on how to set up Sikarugir, just click the respective video in the description and it will show you exactly what to do. Here's how I'd choose between the options. Boosteroid is the simple recommendation if you want the game working with the least friction. It gives you the best balance of price, setup, and visual quality as long as your connection is stable enough for cloud gaming. Crossover is the best local choice for players with a decently powerful machine. It is the one I'd pick if you care about lower latency, offline play, and not depending on a stream, but only if you're willing to accept lower settings, upscaling, and a few startup quirks. Xbox Cloud Gaming is the console-style route. Pick it if you already have access through the Xbox side and you want a controller-friendly experience without installing the Windows version yourself. The image may be softer, but the setup is very easy. Sikarugir is the free DIY cousin of Crossover. It will give you the same basic performance as Crossover, but needs even more setting up and troubleshooting, so it's not a beginner-friendly option. Shadow PC and AirGPU are the full cloud PC options. They cost more and take more setup, but they give you a real Windows machine in the cloud. So my simple take is Boosteroid for most people, Crossover for local play, Xbox Cloud for convenience, and Sikarugir if you already have some experience and really want the free option. So these were the best methods for playing this game. If you want to explore more popular gaming titles you can play on your Mac, check the videos that should now appear on your screen, or simply browse through our channel. Also, if you found this content helpful, we'd greatly appreciate it if you liked the video and subscribe to our channel. Take care and see you in the next one.